Guys, what is up? It's your girl, Dr. Samara, and I am back with another video. If you haven't already, go ahead and go like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel because it is what? It is free. And let's get into this video.
He want the scoop, she want the tea, she want the tea. I cannot speak, we keepin' it street, we keepin' it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat, you still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been cheap, it never been.
Alrighty guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys the strategy that helped me turn my $10,000 deposit into close to $50,000 in just 4 days. Yes, you heard that right. Just in 4 days, I was able to make close to $50,000. Ever since that I became a mother, a lot of things in my perspective has changed so much. I'm not no longer scared about things because I have a little one. I have a little one to protect, to mentor, to just help her to be the best young lady that she can be in her life, right? So basically, I was like, let's turn it up a notch. Let's see what we can really do. I went ahead and deposited my $10,000 into my CoinEx broker, and I traded right off my phone. This was early of August. So I am showing a picture right here, guys, of the screenshot of my MT4 accounts of how I was able to make the money. And basically, it just shows the proof of pretty much all of the different profits that I was able to make from the different price entries that I was able to get into. And as you notice within that screenshot, you notice that I did change my lot sizes as well. So no more of the 0.01 lot size, y'all. Your girl didn't went up. We didn't went up. Okay. We're using 5.00. And if you know what 5.00 means, whether it's a mini, micro, or standard, comment down below. This is basically how I trade, guys. As you can see, all of these many different support and resistant lines, this is pretty much how my chart looks like on my phone. I use TradingView simply because it's a very good platform to really see the market in such a bigger picture frame compared to my phone. And I just want to show you guys basically how I was able to get in and out of the market. This is looking at the Black Bull brokers. So the numbers are going to be a bit different compared to the numbers that I was able to get in for my price entries as well as my TPs. However, they should align roughly the same as far as how I was able to actually mark up this chart itself. The number one thing, guys, when it comes to trading is that the past is always going to repeat itself. Think of the market as thinking about fashion. When it comes to fashion, like let's say with the 90s, 90s wear of what they wore back then is now starting to be more prevalent within our fashion to this day. And so that's what I basically turned my perspective of trading that is really not hard once you figure out and stay consistent with your strategy. And that's what I did here. For the first thing, guys, when you are marking up your chart using my strategy, it's very important that you're looking for flat tops or flat bottoms. You're marking the flat tops and flat bottoms. And what I mean by that is here for this instance. You see that flat top, flat bottom here? I am going to use that as my support or my resistant line. I always use my Harami candles. My Harami is always going to be the smallest candle next to the longest candle. I'm always going to mark that. Anytime that I always see maybe the wicks, because sometimes the market may just have lots of candles with lots of long wicks. If the wicks do align with the other candle next to it, I will mark that as a TP, or I mean, not as a TP, but as a resistant or a support. Usually I don't really mark up my charts using the wicks because again, wicks are, I want to call it like a manifestation, something that you're pursuing to happen, but it hasn't happened just yet. So that's what your wicks are. Wicks are not going to happen right away. So wicks are more so opportunities. So you know that it has the potential of bypassing that price area or that price level. However, it just hasn't been, in that area just yet. But it's telling you, the market is telling you, like, hey, I just hit this area, but I'm gonna just kind of go back to where I was at first, kind of, mess around in this area, this price level, and then I'm gonna go back down. But I'm just letting you know to watch out. That's basically what wicks are, right? With that being said, guys, those are the three candles that I'm looking for whenever I set up my support, whenever I set up my resistant lines. From there, I always love to trade with the trend. When I say that, guys, I'm going to go with my 1 day. I always look at my day chart because I want to see what is the overall day looking like as far as the trend. As you notice here, guys, it is an uptrend. So when I say an uptrend, I am going to be looking for more buy opportunities. That means I'm going to be placing a lot more buy stops. However, if it was a downtrend, I'm going to be looking for a lot more sales. During the beginning of August, if you were trading NAS or if you were trading any indices in general, you notice that the market wasn't actually trading with the actual trend. The trend, it was going against it. So technically, I was actually trading against the trend for short periods of time. That's how I was able to make such this amount of money, right? I typically do not trade against the trend because I have traded against the trend before and it blew my account or I lost significant amounts of money. If there's no news going about, there's no leaders making significant decisions, there's no new laws or policies being processed or any of that nature. If nothing big is happening during that time period, during that day, I advise you to follow the trend. However, if you are someone who is wanting to trade with the news, typically whatever happens during the news, whatever the trend that the market is typically going into is going to be reversed. The news is going to reverse it, right? So if it's ultimately going in a buy direction, the news is going to make it go down to a sell for a short period of time. And that's where you can really make some good money. However, you really, really must make sure that you know how to trade with the news. But in the real world, I would say, guys, is trade with the trend. So ultimately, if your day chart, if your 4 hour chart, if your 1 hour chart is giving you a uptrend, you need to be going for buy opportunities. Your 15-minute chart is basically my entry level of what areas I want to get into. However, it does not need to match with your higher time frames. That is just telling you what's going on within 15 minutes. Okay. So again, if your day chart, your 4 hour chart, as well as your 1 hour chart are all following the same uptrend or downtrend, you need to know that you need to be going in for more buys or more sells. So again, guys, for an example, let's say the candle was stopping, well, it was right here, right? At 18605.82. I myself, knowing that the market has already been in this area and I'm going in for a buy opportunity, I'm going to get in for a buy stop opportunity at 18648. My TP1 is going to be 18665. My TP2 is going to be 18684. And then my TP3 is going to be 18694. That is typically how I send my ideas to my team. And I don't create the stop loss simply because everybody's account is different. Everybody risks a little bit more than others. So that is slowly based on how much you feel comfortable of losing from your account. So again, those were all of my TPs, right? Now let's kind of go forward. As you see here, 1648, 16665, all the way up here, you notice that my idea has worked. Depending on the lot size that you're using, because let's measure how many points that would be. All of those TP opportunities is about 46. Depending on the lot size that you have used, that is a lot of good money because 10 pips is just as significant of someone getting 100 pips. I'm going to take my 10 pips over anything else because I know that if I secure my 10 pips, I'm 10 pips up than I was the day before. You have to set that standard when it comes to your trading strategy. When you don't have a set amount of pips or points that you're wanting to obtain per day, then it starts to get a little bit hectic. And then that's when you start getting greedy. And then this is when you start plummeting within your account. This is when you start losing. This is when you start getting mad. And this is when you give up with trading. And then yeah. Okay. Because I've been there. So I understand how the whole situation is. But if you stick to your plan, if you stick to your strategy, it will work. You have to persevere. You have to remain calm and you have to remain consistent. Consistency is key. That's for anything that you do in life. I was able to turn my money into close to $50,000. And that's because of the lot sizes, really. Because if I was to use 0.01, that's not really much money. And to see that it was able to turn into that just showed me, like, wow, this strategy is very powerful if you really, really, really take the time to learn it and actually apply it to your trading skills. I hope that this video was very informative. I hope that this video was just a refresher of what I've been doing in the market. And to tell you the truth, it's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. I have not changed. This strategy has been working, so I'm not about to mess it up. About to mess it up. You can go ahead and go like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel because it's what? It is free. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.